Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ESPN Esports Broadcasting Network, a sim racing media company. We are live in Dover, Delaware at Dover International Speedway for the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. Tonight it is myself, Angel Santiago. I have Tanner and Kevin is joining us as a guest in the booth today. Tanner, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Be very glad to be back after missing last week. But thank you, Kevin, for stepping in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a fun one.
Thank you for having me again, Angel. I had much fun last week, and I'm very excited to get this going tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Get to have three guys in the booth tonight. It's going to be a fun one. As we mentioned, we are at Dover. We'll go over your race info here. It is a nice, cool 71 outside in Dover, Delaware. I'm sure a little warmer than what it probably currently is. It's got a little bit of high precipitation, 73% humidity today, so this is going to make it for a little bit more of a slick track. As you see, 97 degrees track temp on a concrete track. These guys are going to be slipping and sliding everywhere. Tanner, what do you expect from tonight?
I expect for a lot of tire wear here is we've got 4 additional sets of tires, 75% fuel, 160 laps, Angel. So I expect them to pit at least 3 times, if not maybe that fourth time at the end of this race. Tire wear is going to be the main factor, as well as with tire wear comes pushing up the track, and that wall here at Dover is very deadly.
Yeah, Miles the Monster, as we all know it's called, he will come out and grab you coming off those turns. And I think, in my opinion, turn two almost always seems to be the most treacherous. Kevin, what are going to be your points for tonight's race, and what do you think some of these drivers are going to need to do to make it to the end?
It's honestly just tire wear and patience. Like Tanner said earlier, tire wear is going to be crucial here. You just have to be patient around here, because if you burn those tires up quick, you're going to be sliding into the wall all night long.
Yep, and as entertaining as it might be for some of the fans, not so much for the drivers of the Rickwell Tech High Performance Truck Series. There are no fast repairs given to these drivers, and at a place like Dover, it's just so daunting. You know, your goal is going to be trying to make it out to the end of this race, but at the same time, you got to be up there running up front. You can't really lay back here. 1 mile oval, very easy to get put one lap down here. It's going to be a tough one, as we mentioned, an exciting one. And we'll go ahead and go over your starting grid for tonight's race.
Yeah, Adriel, starting it off on the pole position, looks like we have Ed Morris, who ran a 22.873. Second place, Jordan McGraw. Third, Kyle Knapp. Fourth, Brendan Book. Fifth will be James Holzer, rounding out your top five. In sixth place, we have Jeremy Clifton. Seventh, Nicholas Vroman. Eighth, Eric Driggins. Ninth, David Elliott. And your top 10, Wallace Boyce.
Michael Thwaites is going to be starting in the 11th position. Brian Senesac. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Bryce Senesac. Sorry about that, everybody. Everybody, we're loading into the race session here. So, all right. Nonetheless, Bryce Senesac again in 12th place. Alan Hilton in 13th. Mike Rominger is in 14th. Tyler Dohar is in 15th. Bill Hull is going to be in 16th. 17th is Christian DeBauer. Randy Kruger in 18th. And 19th is John Sterling. Ryan Hoover is going to round out your top 20. Kevin, take us away. Kevin might have disconnected with us.
Alrighty, we have 21st, Christopher Basinger, 22nd, Chris Akers, 23rd, Tom Massey, 24th, Rob Griffin, 25th, Daniel Holloway, 26th, Joshua O'Connor Sr., 27th, Kel Maben, 28th, Mike Franklin, 29th, Samuel Morris, and in 30th, we have Rick Christensen.
Chaz Teets is going to be in 31st, and Kevin Franks is going to be in 32nd place. So we're going to have an exciting one for everybody tonight. As mentioned, 160 laps around this very, very tough concrete oval. We're at a concrete track. Just last week or the week before. Were we at Nashville last week?
I was not here last week. I think the last time in trucks we were possibly at Las Vegas, maybe is. Uh,
It's on me. I do believe yes, it was Nashville last week because I was talking about how we had back-to-back concrete tracks and how we were so.
Yes, we
But
do have a short pace lap here, Angel. They are about to go green in 3 and 4. Our front row here, Ed Morris and the 34 of Jordan McGraw. Let's take it away here as that pace truck's about to dive down.
I'm excited to start of 160 laps around Dover, Delaware. They're coming off turn 4. Ed Morris, your pole sitter for tonight's race, getting ready to start this one off. And he is gone. We are green at Dover for the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series, race number 6 of the season. Ed Morris takes an early lead, diving down into turn 1. Kyle Knapp in second, right behind him. They're going to stay single file, quite a ways deep, honestly. Looks like our first battle here is going to be between the number 28 Wallace Boyce and the number 2 of Alan Hilton.
Yeah, on the outside there, Wallace Boyce able to hold his own as he's under attack by the 2 of Alan Hilton on the inside. He goes into turn 1.
Yeah, this outside, while your preferred position is definitely going to be the bottom, early on here, you can really fight with some of these drivers if you can get a nice run off of the turn. And as the run goes on, you're going to see these trucks kind of start moving up, looking for a little bit more grip on the racetrack. You can run this high line, not necessarily high line here, but you can really diamond the corners and make up a ton of time as long as you don't have somebody directly behind you. So definitely a lot of different options that you can do here. You can see the number 95 of Nicholas Vroman diving to the bottom of Jeremy Clifton. Should not be any surprise. We know Vroman is an aggressive driver. Oh, is the driver right in front of him? The 99? No, I'm sorry, not the 99. That was the 21 of Eric Driggins getting into the wall there off of turn 4.
Yeah, the wall closing in very, very fast. Eric's in 8th place. It looks like he's about to fall back, but Michael Thwaites on the outside, falling back to the 09 of Bryce Sinisak. He is charging forward up there, making a huge, huge gap in between him and Michael Thwaites after he ran outside.
Yeah, if you that outside wall, as you mentioned, it can really come out and grab you, and that's the worry when you're stuck on the outside of a truck. It looks like the 12 has been he was given the bumper. That left rear's pushed in a little bit, so some early action already today with some drivers making their way one way or another. Tanner.
Yeah, that's just simply short track racing here on lap 6. We have nothing better to do than give it a little bump and run. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Michael fell victim there to Bryce Sinisak's bumper, I'm pretty sure. Tommy Massey was down pit lane. I don't know if something was wrong there, but he's our first taker on pit road here at about lap 5. Looks like he is a lap down already, 2 laps down. So we're taking a look here at our second place battle. Kyle Knapp in that 42 Ford F-150. He is one of only 4 Fords in the field, and he's up in second place.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job right now, trying to just hold on. Again, one of the few Fords that we have in our race today. Definitely going to be an exciting one here. We appreciate everybody who's watching right now. Just always remember, if you're watching with us, whether it be on Facebook or on YouTube, please feel free to let us know who you're rooting for, and we will get to them here on the broadcast. Actually, looks like we may need to fix a quick little issue here. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump to a brief commercial break for the Extreme Truck Series, the RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Truck Series. We'll be right back, everybody.
RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live from Dover International Speedway for the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. Believe we got our quick little technical problem solved. We should be good to go. Ed Morris is still your leader. We'll go ahead and let Kevin jump on in. Kevin, what are you seeing so far here, 15 laps through this race? Maybe my hold on, that's
Alright, as we do not have Kevin at the moment, we're taking a look at Kyle Knapp has fallen back to about 0.8 of a second behind Ed Morris. Ed Morris and him were separated by about 2 or 3 car lengths before we went to that commercial break, and now it's almost up to a second here. Ed Morris showing significant pace as James Holzer in the 3rd position is about another second behind Kyle Knapp. So very interesting to see. Kyle Knapp almost touches the wall there.
I think he may have kissed it ever so slightly, but you know what? A slight little kiss, that's no issue. He'll be just fine. And it looks like it was an issue on my side, everybody. Sorry about that. I had Kevin muted. Kevin, let's see if I got it working correctly now. What are you seeing so far now, 18 laps into this 160-lap race?
What I'm seeing right now is just good old racing at Dover. I mean, everyone's being patient. No one's really forcing anything. A little wall kiss here and there.
And you just did what we call the broadcaster's curse.
Yeah, Rick Christensen right there. Rick Christensen is who looked like was involved in a little bit. We see him, the 19, coming out on exit. 19 just gets up into the wall. 26 has absolutely nowhere to go. So Holloway and Christensen involved in that.
Man, what a shame right there. Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that. Let's see. What a shame right there for those two drivers. As you see, we are right now focused in here. This is the 26 truck of Daniel Holloway, kind of riding right through the 19. Plenty of room he's giving him. It's nothing the 19 does. It's just exactly what we mentioned. This wall comes out and grabs you, and you are stuck to it, and there's nothing you can do, really. You're just kind of hanging on for the ride, and that very good-looking 26 truck of Daniel Holloway looks like he will have some early damage to deal with, along with Rick Christensen. And by no surprise at all, we have drivers hitting pit road.
Yeah, looks like our whole entire field went down pit road here. That is interesting. Nobody stayed out as far as I'm aware. Oh, Chasten Teat stayed out. He last pitted never, and he's up 30 positions now in 1st place. So your hardest charger, no doubt right now, is the 108 of Chasten Teats.
Yeah, quite a move from decision on him to decide not to pit. We'll see if he comes back in this next time around. We'll see the race off of pit road right here. While we do that, Ed Morris comes out first. Kevin, what can the 108 of Chaz Teats benefit from doing this decision?
Well, maybe it's just good field position he wants. He could have saved his stuff in the early stages of this race, and maybe he has a car and the tires to stay out in the lead for a while here.
Yeah, I can agree. you really never know what you're gonna get. You know, maybe he just had a bad qualifying lap. He said, you know what, I need to make my way back up to the front. I have 5 total tire sets, so let's see. Once I do the simple math on that, hold on, everybody. I got my calculator with me. I don't want to do the math on my own. That's about 32 laps a set of tires. So maybe feeling like let's go ahead and not quite use this setup just yet.
Yeah, and it looks like Chaston Teets did just roll down pit road. He is in pit road now. So the field is back how it was before the pit cycle. So Ed Morris in first. James Holzer gained a position there. He's up in second. Nicholas Vroman in third. Was that Kyle Knapp that we saw earlier? He's down to 27th place. He was just in second place.
Well, he's actually coming down back pit lane for his second trip down there. Looks like he just topped off. Maybe he got caught speeding on pit road and he had to come back, or he was going to start out back and decided, let me go ahead and top it off while I'm here.
That's always not a bad thing to do. Maybe you're expecting a long green flag run, and this will definitely help in that cause.
That is correct. I'm gonna pull up the penalty chart here just to be sure he got nothing. But as you said, that'll open up a window there for him to stay out longer and ultimately on the long run boost his field position. So I am checking right now as we speak. Lap 18, the 19 was at fault. He was given the EOL. I see nothing given to the Kyle Knapp machine. So very interesting strategy there.
Very much so. Bob on YouTube, thank you for reminding us. I'm not sure why this thing continues to only show the top 20 when I have it set for a different situation, or to at least rotate, but, you know, technology. But for those of you who need to see some of your drivers, maybe right now, anywhere behind the top 20, here you go. You should be able to see them out right now. We are getting ready to go green here. Ed Morse is your leader still. He got the poles, led every lap so far. Well, I think actually Chaz may have led a lap or two there. But aside from that, all green flag laps have been led by Ed Morse. Last week's winner, James Holzer, currently in the second position. And Nicholas Vroman, someone we know who's just been absolutely lights out fast each of the first couple of weeks in this season, up here to third place already. No surprise, up 4 spots from his starting position.
That is correct. No stranger to a front run there. As Ed Morris is still your leader. That is very interesting. Ed Morris showing a lot more pace than he did at the beginning of the season. First race was a little rough. But as he has been dominantly, we're green there, Angel.
No, you are correct. And bouncing off of what you're just talking about, you know, Ed being one of the league admins, and you know how I always have a soft spot for the league admins because our league owners, just the amount of work that goes into it. So when you get to be running up front, it's a nice feeling. As now there's a battle for second. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Being up front and seeing James Holzer and Nicholas Rowan battling for second behind you is going to be a good feeling. Those two are two bad fast trucks running second and third right now.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan McGraw here. Oh, we actually have some bouncing around coming out of turn 3, or into turn 3, into turn 4. Jordan McGraw on the outside of the 4 of David Elliott, and underneath him went the 5 of Brendan Book. Brendan Book has been out front a lot during the season, so no surprise here that he's already inside the top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Now you see David Elliott up here, Eric Driggins, guys that we, maybe have had some bad luck the last couple of weeks. Definitely showing some speed this week, running up front. I mean, Jeremy Clifton, usually we're seeing him running up top 5, so this just shows the quality of racers that we have here tonight. It seems like Dover is a track that suits a lot of their driving styles, and that only means better racing for us and those watching.
Yeah, short track racing provides nothing but an excellent show here. As Brendan Book, single file, coming out of turn 4 into turn 2, he goes. He's only about a second and 3/4 back from Ed Morris. So this top 5 pretty much single file, getting spread out here under green flag conditions though.
Well, I mean, and Kevin mentioned it earlier. Everybody's being patient, and that's the key word, especially when you're at a track like Dover, where I think Mark Martin used to say it all the time. You gotta race the racetrack before you start racing the track, or the other drivers around you. You race it racetrack, let it come to you, and some of these other drivers maybe making mistakes around you will also come to you. And as we speak about mistakes, cautions out.
Yeah, Kel may have been involved in that one there.
Oh,
I
same
think,
situation. Just gets into the wall and shot down off of the wall right across the nose there of another truck. Just man, just bad timing on that one.
yeah, turn 4 has been the suspect for all of our crashes so far. Normally it's turn 2, but hey, tonight it's turn 4. That wall's closing in. Wasn't really old tires there, as they just pitted 4 tires, not even 10 laps ago hardly. But that's very interesting. How long will that wall play a factor in everyone's race tonight? I say the whole race.
I agree, and just the and that's of course I said turn 2, so we're gonna have the opposite happen now. Nicholas Roman looks like, man. Well, I mean, obviously a penalty in actual NASCAR, but these guys are good to go until after that yellow cone at the entrance of pit lane. That orange box means nothing in iRacing. But definitely the question, everybody's coming already and taking tires, I believe. Actually, chances are Kevin Franks may not have taken tires on his last stop. Looks like he was only on pit lane for less than 6 seconds, so definitely not a 4 tire stop for Kevin Franks. Maybe he didn't take tires in that first time around, and I know it's not a huge difference on tires, but this many laps in, but every little bit can count.
That's nothing short of a facts angel, because the later the pit, you're gonna have to fresher tires, and as the front, say top 5 are racing their hardest and they burn their stuff up quick, and you have that spare, 5%, 10%. That will definitely help you in the long run here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think if we were racing tonight with Greg or Nate, I think either one of them might not have taken tires still at this point into the race.
I will neither agree or disagree with that strategy.
Tanner, who we're talking about, Nate and Greg, teammates of Kevin in the league I run on Friday nights. They're known for definitely making their tires last as long as possible, and everybody's maybe taking 2 sets of tires and they're still on their original set. So,
I got you. Is Michael Thwaites actually? It says he crashed, but I think that's an SDK issue.
yeah,
As
he
he's
may have just
coming off a
stopped.
pit. Yep. Just coming into pit road there, stopped on the apron.
Yeah, SDK will consider that nothing we can really do in that sense. Very confusing though for us, because all of a sudden you see, for us here on our broadcast, we get to see it lights up red for us, whoever's involved in something. So it just lights up and like it catches your eye.
Yeah, exactly. Something red pops up on the screen. You're like, oh crap. But we're on lap 31 and 160, and we've already had 2 cautions. Turn 4 being the casualty spot. I say that that's going to put a wrench into the road here for a long run. Max run that we've gotten so far has been about 15 laps. So we really don't know who has that long end speed, as you were just talking about, who's able to save tires and everything. Ed Morris has that short run speed. Will he have the long run?
Absolutely correct. I mean, we saw 15 laps into that first run where he was still pulling away from second place. So clearly, plenty of tire saving strategy for him. He's doing a great job of it. All these trucks tonight have 75% fuel capacity. So if I'm not mistaken, that puts them at about 13.5 to 14 gallons. So I don't know how much that gives you around here. I should know for all the times I've driven here in the trucks, but it's asking me to remember too much.
As I would guess, about 60 to 70 laps here. But that could change as the green flag laps do go on. As it looks like Rick Christensen has possibly called it a night.
He took on some heavy damage with no fast repairs. I completely understand that one. Looks like we're getting ready to go green here. Kevin, how about you call this one as we go green?
All right. Coming through the green, we got Morrison first, Roman in second. Here we go. Green flag racing. Got Holson in third, Brandon Book in fourth, number 4 of Elliott in fifth. To go single fire into 1 and 2, coming out of 2. Morris just pulling away from Roman. I think you're right, Tanner. He definitely has a short run speed, but in the long run, we'll have to wait and see on that.
That is correct. Long run is very different from short run. It's all about how much you can save your tires here. And throttle input is going to be a huge part of saving tires. And if you're running fast on the short run, problem is that on the long run you will run out of rubber.
That's absolutely correct. And the way tires are on iRacing, they mean everything. So it really makes you have to be a different driver. You have to be as methodical and just as consistent as possible. These tires love consistency. Anything that you do to throw them off of their normal, just the normal use of what we have, then that's when you start heating them up and you really start putting up some wear into them, and it really can make for a very, very not fun evening.
That is correct. Ed Morris has already got about a car length gap or a truck length gap over Nicholas Vroman. James Holzer able to keep it in within a second here. He is the only truck other than Vroman to stay very close to Ed Morris here. So as we work lap 37, my question is, who's going to make it to where we only have to pit one more time? Can somebody do that, or are we going to have to pit 2 more times? Because if you can cut it short here and save fuel and tires to skip on a pit stop, it may pay out in the long run as long as you take care of your tires.
Kevin, that sounds like something you would do. Is that something that you would consider this early into the race, or are you waiting for things to play out?
I'd personally wait and see how it plays out. We do have some short runs going on, but if we get to lap, say, 80, 90, if we could reach that far in fuel, I'd definitely start backing my corners up the next time I take a green flag stop.
Well, I can tell you 2 drivers not looking to save any fuel right now. That'd be your leaders, Ed Morse and Nicholas Vroman. 2 drivers we've seen run top 5 and top 10 basically every race so far that we've had, probably with an exception of maybe Daytona, but we all know how Daytona can go. Nonetheless, though, these drivers running even lap times just about. That last time around, they were within half a tenth of each other. Goodness. And this time around, even less than that, less than a quarter of a tenth within each other. So these 2 drivers right on top of each other. We'll have to see if James Holzer maybe is able to save some tire racing behind them and hope that they use up their equipment early.
Yeah, my eye here is going to be on Brendan Book on the long run. His fastest lap is 2/10 slower than Ed Morris, but he was gaining ground there on that 15-lap run. He gained a little bit of ground. So I'm going to look at Brendan Book here on the long run, but now he's already back to 1.8 seconds behind Ed Morris. So if that hole keeps getting any bigger, I don't think he's going to be able to catch Ed. But hey, I'm going to call my shot early here, Angel.
I can see exactly what you mean, and I'm going to say probably with that same idea for David Elliott, the number 4 Chevrolet right behind Brendan Book. He's up 4 spots from his original starting position, and he's going to just right there on Brendan's rear bumper. Doesn't look like he's looking to pass him, but I think this might help David and maybe just pace himself behind the guy who's already pacing himself. And you can say the same thing about Mike Rominger right behind him. He's up 8 spots from his starting position. So nice moves so far for these drivers. Not so far bigger than that of Mike Franklin, currently running in the 16th position, the number 82 Ford. He is up 12 spots from his starting position, and he's looking and knocking on the door for number 13, on Christian DeBauer, the number 56 truck right in front of him. I know we saw somebody here on our YouTube chat. He is rooting for Wally Boyce and Rob Griffin, both of those drivers in the 18th and 19th positions. teammates, I assume, considering 2 of our 3 Toyotas and basically same exact paint schemes.
Yeah, exactly. And we're Green Flag Racing here. Thank you all for the support, but the main support goes out to RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment for their loyalty to this expert motorsports crew here, putting on very, very clean racing week in and week out, Angel. Much love to RICMOTECH.
Absolutely, and I say it every time, especially when we get to play their commercials. It's just, oh man, it excites me. And I said it last week, and I say it every week. It just makes me wish I can go ahead and get some of those, some of this equipment and upgrade my rig significantly.
Yeah, and Kevin, so far, what strategy do you think is going to prevail here? Whether you run this tank out, if it does lap 60 laps, that'll put you about lap 90 or 100, depending on green flag run. What strategy are you going here with?
I think this is how I personally play it. 9 out of 10 times. I'm going to play the long game. I'm probably going to start backing my corners up a little bit. We've got some decent green flag laps in now. I think the long game, saving your tires, saving your fuel, that's going to be the payoff in the end here.
Alrighty, so the long run focus there. The 99, the Broman is going to get passed by the 99 of James Holzer on the inside. Sorry, Angel, go ahead.
No, you're good. You called it out just exactly as I would have said it. The 99 looking to make the moves on the number 95. So last week's winner, James Holzer, moves into the second position. Currently 7/10 of a second behind Ed Morse. We'll see what kind of ground can he make, as now we are about, I'd say, 18 laps since our last pit stop, almost 20 laps, and a caution is out.
It is not showing me who that was. Who was that? Look, it sounds like it happened on the front stretch as we were watching the 99 there.
Let's see. Do something a little different then. I think we're still green here. Let's see. Do we see anything behind us? Oh, there it is. Telling you, we've got the best camera angles for this. We'll figure it out. Now, if I figure out how to get there. Come on, I'll figure this out eventually. Oh, it's Michael Thwaites and Chris Akers getting into each other. Looks like Michael just kind of slid up off the corner and got into Chris Akers. The heaviest damage, though, goes to Michael Thwaites. Alright, it only took long enough, but I figured it out, everybody.
Alrighty, sorry about that, folks. It never showed us a wreck here in STK, but we manually did it. As Chaston Teets opted to stay out here. He last pitted on lap 30. Will he dive down here in that 108 Chevrolet Silverado as he did last time?
Well,
I do not know the reasoning behind it, though, Angel.
I would have to say maybe. Okay, well he is gonna come down pit lane, so yeah, maybe he just wants to stay away from anything. He feels like maybe he's stuck in the middle, right in the middle of the pack, and doesn't want to be there. Maybe just prefers to stay out back, keep his truck clean, and hope to be there for the end of the race.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
I'm about to say that's always a good strategy to have, especially with the racing we've had so far. It's always good racing here, but that turn 4 is going to be the Achilles heel, and one tight, one slip up in that turn 4, and your night could be over.
I couldn't agree more there. And while we're here on our caution break, we're gonna go ahead and jump over to our next set of commercials for the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. We'll be right back, everybody.
RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com. RICMOTECH high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Boy, all right. Got that one a little close. Drivers are entering turn 3 here, finishing up our third caution of the evening. We are 52 laps into this race. We'll be 53 now in just a moment as Ed Morris gets ready. He's up front. Big jump for Ed Morris once again on the bottom. He's easily going to take the lead. This will give Nicholas Broman an opportunity to try to take second away from James Holzer.
Yeah, James Holzer charging hard here, but the 99 of James Holzer just going to fall in line behind Broman. Broman is in the hunt now for Ed Morris.
How you say that, but I see a hungry James Holzer looking to take second back away from Broman. We already seen him do it once, so not only do we know, he knows he can do it. And the number 95 knows that that driver behind him is ready to take that spot right back away from him.
Yeah, Broman's showing speed week in and week out, but Brendan Book looking to pounce on both of those drivers. Holzer looks like he's either going to give him the bumper or just stay in line here, about a car length gap, coming out of 4, Kevin.
And if you're Ed Morris, you are loving this. You have a whole bunch of drivers very close within a, say, a 2, 3, 5 tenths gap, all within each other. They're going to battle it out. Means you can just take it easy, drive away from them, let them do their thing.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. You see Mike Rominger was all over the back bumper there of Brendan Book. We're single file quite a bit of ways through the field here. Again, patience is key, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Patience by every single one of these drivers still out on track. That means that is 29 trucks out here. Keep it a single file at Dover. So clean racing, but still hard racing. It's going to be very tough to get past some of these drivers.
Yeah, it's honestly going to take either the bump and run or to send it in deep and pray it sticks. As we see Eric Driggins on the outside there, washing up the track, allowing Randy Kruger to come down below him, and Randy is able to clear him going into turn 3. Eric Driggins is under attack by Kyle Knapp, who was in second place at the beginning of this race.
Yeah, see just how quick it was for Eric Driggins to lose 2 spots, and not sure if he got a little help into the turn or he simply got loose going into the turn. 2 very easy things that could happen here that would cause that. Jump back to the front here. Nicholas Broman holding on here still in front of James Holzer. And all these drivers did come down pit lane that last time around. The only person not to have come back down pit lane for a second time is the number 94 truck of Samuel Morris, last coming in on lap 19. So some significantly older tires, but maybe saving himself a set for later.
Yeah, that last set is going to be crucial if there is a possible caution with about 10 to 15 to go. Kevin Franks losing a position there or 2.
Looks like he might
He
have a bit of an internet connection issue. It's kind of cutting in and out here.
disappearing on the front straightaway there. He is back with us now as Eric Driggins has stabilized here after Kyle Knapp passed him. He's back to 13th place as Ed Morris has a 0.3 of a second lead. Not really as dominant as he was in the beginning of this race. Now, mind you, Nicholas Roman was not in that second position when Ed Morris had almost a second lead.
So, Kevin, I ask you, kind of just going off of here when Tanner's talking about just the different plans that some of these drivers might have. What is your plan here? Do you feel like this can go green and you need to save some tire, or do you take a chance and maybe push it a little hard and try to gain some spots and assume another caution will come out as it has so far in this race?
That's really hard to call. We're still before the halfway point of this race. We already had 3 cautions. It's really hard to call, but in my personal opinion, I'm still going for that long play, long run. I'm going to save my car, tires, fuel, and just pray it will go on a long run and I can capitalize on that opportunity.
Tanner, what would be your idea in this situation now? 64 laps in to the 160 lap race here at Dover.
Yeah, so far we haven't had a 20-lap run, so I'm going to take the bet and run my tires off here, get as much track position as I can, and if the yellow comes out, then that's on me for using up all my stuff, but got to make it count, and the pattern here is short runs, so that's my strong suit. As Ed Morris is showing us now, he's up to a 0.7 of a second lead. Looks like he's doing the same.
Yep, there you go. That's the response I was hoping for. No, I'm just having fun with you, Kevin. No, I like, we have 2 different ideas in the booth, and you just imagine, 3 guys here, all 3 with different ideas. You can only imagine the 29 trucks out on track trying to figure out what they all want to do here, because you've got 29 trucks on track, 28 are on the lead lap. So one bad mistake, and you're going to be losing a ton of points so far. We're almost halfway and still have, let's see, 28 of our 32 trucks that started the race on the lead lap, and then another one that's looks like maybe 1 lap down for Ryan Hoover. See, let that come back around. So definitely something to consider as this night goes on. What do you think could possibly be the race winning situation? And if you don't have a race winning truck, how many spots are you going to go out there to try to gain, and what are you willing to do to get there?
Yeah, so I'm going to bank on no caution, so if I have no speed, then that goes completely against what I'm trying to do here, but you need a long run truck to win this race, and if you don't have that, you're probably not going to put yourself in there without giving yourself an advantage on strategy, so you're going to have to go a completely different route on tire strategy.
And going off of what...
No, go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead.
And going off what you said earlier, say you don't have a long run truck and you try and get as many spots as you can now, and it goes for a long run, and you bring your truck up, how many spots are you going to lose in turn of that?
Yeah, that's the fun. That's the fun part. The strategy. It's mind-boggling for us up here. We're just getting to watch because you sit here. No, well, I would do this. Well, I think I would do that. And you see these drivers that do something completely different, and it works out for them more than it does work for us, which tells you just how much having a feel for the race while in the race itself makes such a big difference in how you call the race for yourself and maybe for your teammates as the race goes on.
Yeah, and the 92 of Ryan Hoover down pit lane. He is 15 seconds into pit lane here. We'll see if he takes 4, 2, or none.
Yeah, I know he's got some pretty significant damage from that one of those earlier wrecks, so definitely probably trying to just get some damage repair as these lead lap cars are starting to pull up. You see Ed Morris dealing with some lap traffic. That was the 1 of Chris Akers, and then the 0-5 of Tom Imasi staying up out of the way for them. That's allowed Nicholas Broman and James Holter to pull within half a second of the leader.
Yeah, lap cars playing a huge role at this short track here. We say short track, it's about a mile long. Brendan Book able to pass that slow car on the inside here. So all 4 trucks jumble back up again within 0.8 of a second. Lap cars helping these second, third, and fourth trucks out, as it hurt Evan Morris the most in this field. He was able to get around them though without touching them. Dirty air played a huge factor.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, dirty air is just so difficult to deal with. And as you see the 7 truck has moved up the racetrack on entry ever so slightly, and then he's kind of coming down. We'll jump in here to let's jump into a nose view. I think one of the nose views are some of the best to see here at a track like Dover, where you can see the trucks just come flying up out of the turns and then dive very deep, almost like a roller coaster, as they call it, trying to dive in here to the turn, let it float up the track a little bit, and then cut back down as they come off turn 4 down the front stretch.
Yes, just like a diamond, you want to enter low, apex, mid to high, possibly mid, and then exit as low as you can to stay as far away from that wall and get all the way up to the wall in the backstretch. So think of it as a diamond here. You want to turn twice on entry and exit and let it ride up in the apex.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to do as the tires get worn.
I just want to point out the former second place car, Kyle Knapp, is moving up the field from his former caution starting position.
Yeah, Kyle Knapp, as he mentioned, big notice right there. Was all the way down in like the low teens or high teens, I guess, whichever one you would call it. But here he is now looking to the inside of the number 29 of Bill Hall, looking to take that 7th spot away. Nice run for Bill tonight, and as the number 3 of John Sterling right behind, trying to take advantage. Bill not giving up quite yet, driving it hard on the outside. They're pulling up on some lap traffic here. He's trying to stay as high as he possibly can. There's only so much room on this racetrack. Oh, that got tight for Bill right there.
Yeah, lap traffic there. That white truck is at, it looks like, if you give me just a second, 05. So that is the lap truck of Tama Massey. Took a huge air wake away from Bill Hull. Gave him dirty air almost into the wall. Bill Hull able to get up under him and around him.
Yeah, you saw there. He dove to the bottom the exact moment he had. Maybe not enough room, but he made room in there. And the 2 maybe just give him a small little tap in the back bumper. But exactly what Bill Hull had to do. He lost 3, almost 4 spots in that altercation. And really, again, nowhere for the 05 to go. He is 3, almost 4 lanes up on the track. But when you come off of this, it's like a merge. It's like when you go from 4 to 2 lanes, it feels like coming off of these turns.
It really does, and especially you don't want to be too high coming off of 4 because once again that turn 4 has proved to be a struggle for drivers here tonight. 3 cautions just based off of that turn alone.
Well, I think we're just past halfway. Tanner, Kevin, how about we give these fans a crank it up session?
I can get down with that.
All right, we're going to go ahead and give you what we call our turn it up sessions. As a friendly reminder to all of those who are listening on headsets, please be prepared. It is always very loud, but we get to enjoy the fantastic sounds of these trucks as we have a battle for the lead. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, briefly lived right there as we had a caution come out at that same time. So let's go ahead and jump on in and see what brought it out. Looks like the number 2 of Alan Hilton. Oh, significant damage. Okay, definitely got to bring this back a little bit. Oh, he's under the number 29 of Bill Hall here. He just slides up the racetracks, get into Bill. Bill comes back down. There's nothing else Bill could do. Oh, significant damage for the 05. Oh, and I do believe that is, let's see, the 82 of Mike Franklin taking heavy damage there as well.
Yeah, the 51 of Jeremy Clifton also caught up in that. Nowhere to go whenever the 2 slid back up on the track. Props to the 2 for locking the brakes up, but there was nowhere to go as he came up the track. Looked like the 82 saw him come up the track, went down low, and as soon as he did, the 2 slid right back down the track into his path.
Oh my goodness. I don't even have words for that. That was just heavy for quite a few drivers there.
I can't tell you how many times that happened to me. You just see a hole when you see a caution happen and suddenly just close up in a split second. It just tears your heart out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been on the other end of that where you were the guy sliding back down, Kevin.
Me? Never.
Alright, well. While we let this caution go out, we will bring back in one of the RICMOTECH commercials for everybody. We'll be right back.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. Whether you're just looking to have fun, train for race day, or become a serious esports competitor, RICMOTECH has you covered. Hundreds of name brand parts. Support from experts that love sim racing. Trusted by the pros. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
So we still haven't got a green flag run over about 20 laps, so we are yet to know who the long run competitor is. In the rate this is going, Ed Morris has this race in the bag. That's guarding if no lap cars get in his way, like we saw earlier where he lost about 0.4 of a second in one lap because of lap cars. So lap cars, the only thing holding Ed Morris back here is he's been dominant, leading about 95% of this race.
I think Ed Morris will be definitely top 3, top 5. If we get a long flag run, I will not be sure because we have yet to have a long run yet.
Yeah, Ed got that huge jump at the restart, so it was able to allow Nicholas Vroman to jump as well over the 99 of James Holzer. Here we are on lap 90, coming out of turn 2. We have Ed Morris in the lead, Nicholas Vroman in second, James Holzer in third. Very familiar faces here in the top 3 as we have a battle for fourth heating up. Brendan Book in the 09 of Bryce Sinesack battling here. Bryce able to set up the pass in 3 and 4 as he wasn't able to do so. He's going to do the same thing in 1 and 2, lay off, but that pushes Brendan Book up to the bumper of the 99.
I think he's going to be an underdog during this race. Kyle Knapp started second, just fell back. I don't know if it was a bad pit or what, but he fell back early. Now he's making his way back into the top 5 picture. I think we're going to see him in the top 3 by the end of the race.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see right here what the decision might be for him as we come down to the next couple of laps. Right now, actually here in about a lap or two, we'll get to the point where you should have used your third set at this lap 96. That would divide the race up evenly amongst the 5 total you get, including the starting one. So we'll have to see. Most of these drivers have now used 3 sets of tires. If a caution comes out now and you take a set, you're going to be left with only 1 set for that final run. What's the limit here, Tanner? You think? How far do you go before it's an absolute you have to come down pit road if a caution comes out?
Oh, that's a good question here. If you want to play it safe, I would come down with about 40 to 50 to go. But if you want to have the freshest set of tires at the end, I'd come down with about 20 to 30 to go. But as hard as it is to pass here, I would not come down with less than 15 to go.
Kevin, what do you think? What would be your what's the max laps you're willing to go before it's an absolute? I gotta come down here for tires.
I think Tanner hit it on the nail on the head. 15 to go, you're probably on the outside looking in by then because it is very hard to pass here at Dover. 20 to 30, that's probably going to be your most ideal fresh set of tires. Maybe gets a few positions back. 40 to 50 if you're really, really playing the long game, but nothing sooner than that.
All right. Definitely can agree to that one. We're gonna go ahead. We're now about to hit lap 100 of 160. Let's go ahead and take everybody through the field with all 32 of our drivers in tonight's race. Start off here with Ed Morris from Culbertson, Montana. I remember actually talking with him before the series started, just kind of getting into what they were looking for here for their broadcast. He mentioned Montana. He's like, yeah, I'm sure you don't have any iRacers that you know that live Montana. So Ed Morse in first, Nicholas Vroman in second from Baltimore, Maryland, James Holzer in third place from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, Brendan Book in fourth, Sterling Heights, Michigan, Bryce Sinesack currently in the fifth position. Still looking to get past Brendan. He is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Kyle Knapp in sixth place from, I think, Gobles, Michigan. Something, I'm sure I butchered it. John Sterling over here in seventh from Reston, Virginia. Jordan McGraw from Bridgeport, Texas. Bill Hall in ninth from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And Randy Cruder in 10th from Johnston, Ohio. Tanner, I'll let you have the next one.
Yeah, 11th place, Eric Driggins in that 21 machine from Dalton, Georgia. We got 12th place, Rob Griffin from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. 13th place, Tyler Dohar from Walbridge, Ohio. 14th place, the 108 of Chasten Teets from Lost River, West Virginia. 15th place, the number 56 of Christian DeBoer from Grand Rapids, Michigan. 16th is Christopher Bassinger from Tucson, Arizona. David Elliott is up to 16th as we just saw that pass being made. David Elliott is from Radford, Virginia. 18th, Joshua O'Connor Sr., 59 machine from Waynesville, Missouri. 19th place, Wallace Boyce from Suffolk, Virginia, and rounding out your top 20 is the 05 of Tom and Massey from Lexington, South Carolina. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right, in 21st, we got Kevin Franks from Rocky Mount, Virginia. In 22nd, that number 9 machine, we got Mike Romager from French Lick, Indiana. 23rd, the number 94 is Samuel Morris from North Vernon, Indiana. Chris Akers in the number 1 Reese's machine from Whiteville, Virginia. Number 26, Daniel Holloway in 25th. Number 92, Ryan Hoover, 26, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Number 2 of Alan Hilton on pit road from Mocksville, North Carolina. Mike Franklin from Huntsville, Texas in the 82. Jeremy Clifton from Statesville, North Carolina, number 51. Michael Twice, excuse me if I butchered that name, from Westminster, Maryland. And Cale Mabin from Wheelersburg, Ohio, in the number 17. We got Rick Christensen from Waterloo, Indiana, in the number 19.
All right, everybody, that rounds out your field for tonight's race, currently in their running positions. Those drivers that we were not able to focus in on simply means that they are currently out of their trucks, as plenty of them have quite a few repairs still left. And just like that, caution is out.
Yeah, once again, SDK not telling us who was involved there, but gonna be easy to find out as we're gonna go through our field as y'all give us just a second to manually find this wreck.
Okay, so caution has already happened at this point in time. Ooh, there it is. It looks like it might be contact. Let's see, who do I have here? Oh, no, wrong one. Oh, I pressed it wrong. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Okay, this is the 77 maybe of Dohar. Let's see right here. Yes, 77 of Dohar and the number 80. Oh, looks like they just made contact going there into turn 3. It just looks like some contact between the 80 and the 77. All right, everybody, pretty simple there.
Just looks like a racing deal, nothing major.
No, not at all. Currently, Ed Morris, Nicholas Roman, your top 2 stayed out. Then you have Bryce Sinasak. He was in the 5th, I believe, or 6th position before that one. Eric Jurgens, Randy Kruger, David Elliott, Joshua O'Connor Sr. Your top 7 have decided not to come down pit road. And here's where it is. Where will you save this extra set, and where are you going to leave yourself with 1? This is a tough one. We're going to have We have 50 laps to go right now, so probably about 48 laps to go by the time we go green. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, this is gonna be tough for those guys who didn't take tires. This is gonna be tough. They have 24 lap older tires than those guys behind them.
yeah. So that incident there, I just looked at the penalty chart here. Lap 108. Looks like no one was found at fault. The 77 and the 80 were in a little bit of a net code situation there, Angel. So no one at fault. Says no penalty.
Okay, well there you go. Netcode was more than likely one of the angles that we couldn't quite get there. But yeah, that's one of the fantastic things about this series as well. They put out these quick little penalty reports with their race control. Actually, it's nice for us. Keeps us updated on what happens and keeps us keeps making us sound like we know what we're doing.
Hey, props to the admin. We love them to death. Very, very put together group here at Extreme Motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a racing family, make sure to reach out to them here. As well as, Andrew, I don't know if you're as happy as I am to call this series, but RICMOTECH, I can't say it enough. RICMOTECH is a huge provider.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I mean, it's made it just such a blast, and as you said, such a well put together group. It allows us to bring, a guest in like Kevin to do some kind of just some practice run broadcasts because our lives are basically made easy, and it allows us to have somebody else in here and really get this practice in with each other. So I couldn't agree more. And well, Kevin came back after last week. I mean, he was just going to be a quick little fill in last week, and now he's going to be broadcasting another league here with us. So that's how much enjoyment we've had from them.
And I've had a blast last week. I'm having a blast this week. I can't thank you enough for having me on, Angel.
Well, Kevin, I'll go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and claim this restart. Go on ahead.
All right, Ed Morris, another big jump on this green flag run. The 95 Roman not too far behind him, though. Behind them, the 09 Semisag and the 21 of Driggins. Driggins going to fall back. Maybe he'll try and pass Sensak here in a few turns. You got the 80 and 99 battling for fifth almost. I say by turn 1 and 2, they'll be neck and neck. The 4, David Elliott.
Man, just as you said that right there, you saw the 5 give a little bit of contact to the 59. Brendan Book does have fresher tires than Joshua O'Connor. Joshua just trying to hold his own, doing a pretty good job holding back Brendan here.
Yeah, James Holzer all the way up to 5th now. He has the freshest set of tires up towards the front, so he's hunting down that top 4. He's under attack from the 80 of Randy Cruder, who has a little bit older tires. But the difference between them is only about 34 laps. So that's about, I'd say, half a fuel run. So in the long run here, that'll pay out for Holzer, but right now, not really helping him.
I'll tell you this much. Right now, the guy suffering the most, not sure what happened with Brendan Book there. He looks like he dropped a couple spots. The guy suffering the most right now is David Elliott. He is just stuck on the outside. He's trying his very best to stay out of the way of these trucks with fresher tires. Oh, is the number 3. Not sure if he had help there. John Sterling a little sideways there going into 1 and 2. It's a battle now for 13th between him and the 36. Oh, almost made contact. They keep it safe as they go into turn 3. You got a jumble of cars. Here comes Samuel Morris. He's making some moves here. Looking to take it 3 wide off of turn 4. They're going to make it. Yes, John Sterling stays off of him. Wow.
Yeah, that 94 machine of Samuel Morris center in there right in the middle, and he was able to get on by. As we're looking at the 56 of Christian DeBoer as well, able to get by. The 94 on the inside there of the 36. Morris going to take advantage of McGraw being on the high side. Going to slide through right there.
I want to say this 94, look at this, ready to take it 3 wide. Decides that he's going to stick it in there 3 wide. Make up 3 spots at once. Samuel Morris is a man on the move right now. This is what I was talking about earlier. He took tires with everybody else at that last stop, but that was only his 3rd stop of the day. That leaves Morris with the 2 sets still left on pit lane, like the guys who stayed out, but he's got the fresh Goodyears like those who came in. Samuel Morris right now has, I believe, a race-winning strategy.
Remember that patience thing I said about earlier? I think he just threw that out the window. He is on a mission right now.
Well, I mean, he's the guy that can be as aggressive as he wants right now. He's got an additional set over those guys in front of him, and he's got the fresh tires to go along. Look at this, all the way at the bottom. Eric Jurgens says, "Go on by." Samuel Morris up 21 spots from his starting spot. Still, right now, our biggest mover of the race is Chas Teets up 26 spots. I think Samuel Morris will be claiming that soon. He goes right on by James Holzer. James is on fresh tires.
We just missed a pass for the lead there, Angel. Sorry to cut you off. Tyler Dohart to the inside of Ed Morris. There goes Tyler. It looks like he last pitted on lap 109, so he has fresh tires, and the caution just came out as he took the lead. Joshua O'Connor Sr. involved in that crash.
Oh man, it is time for some strategy again. I tell you, Larry McReynolds would be having a field day right now. Tyler Dohar, I was going to mention it earlier, almost forgot to. We know Tyler as somebody, as you see the number 59 of Joshua O'Connor still kind of racing around track. Oh, trying to get out of the way. Ed Morris almost got taken out there. Woof, that was close. Back to Dohar. Dohar is a guy who he stays out and he does some different strategy. I tell you, he's the Paul Wolf of this league, doing something different always. And he hadn't had much of an opportunity to be on a different strategy today. Was going to mention that earlier. I didn't. But here he is. He's got a fresh set of good years. And he's currently out as your leader. As you can see, Ed Morris come down pit lane, more than likely with the rest of those drivers who didn't pit the last time around.
Yes, so if I'm those drivers that pitted on lap 109, which consists of the top 4 right now, Dohar, Hull, Teets, and DeBoer, I'm going to stay out until about 20 to go. So another 20 more laps on these tires here. But I think those drivers that are pitting right now will not pit until after this race is over with. They are done for pit road for this race, Angel.
Well, that's assuming that we don't have another caution, maybe another 20 laps, and these guys got an extra set of tires to go, because Samuel Morris now, he's going to be back out there in fresh Goodyears and still one more set, along with any of those drivers, those 7 drivers who didn't pit on that last time around. So definitely some varying strategies between a lot of these drivers. Rob Griffin was only on his pit stall for 7 seconds. He may have decided to save this set and just take fuel only, maybe hopefully make it to the end of this race. Oh my goodness, so many different options right now. Of your drivers right now still in the lead lap, which is, I believe, 22 trucks. Kevin, who is your pick to win the race right now?
Oh man, that is very hard to call right now. But if I was a betting man, I would have to say either the 7 of Ed Morris or the 42 of Kyle Knapp. Those are probably my top 2 pick to win this race.
All right, Tanner?
Oh, Lord, my strategy got thrown out the window, but I'm low, so we're going with that number 5 machine of Brendan Book. He's back there in 14th place, so not out of it yet, but he does have a fresh set of tires, so we'll see how far he can get up there.
Well, I'm glad you guys didn't take my guy. I'm going to go with the number 94 of Samuel Morris. I think he's got the race-winning strategy. He is currently lined up in the 12th position. He is the 6th car of those who came into pit lane this last time around for fresh set of tires. But he's still got a set left. And about 10 to 12 laps fresher tires than those drivers in front of him. I think Samuel Morris. But let's not count out those drivers still up front. Let's say this goes green. It doesn't exactly mean they're going to be giving up. We saw a lot of give up on that last run, but that was 25, almost 30 laps difference in tires. Here we've got about 10 to 12. So you're not going to see these fresh tires make up the ground that we saw, somebody like Dohar that last run.
And it begs the question, if you're the number 94, another caution comes out, say 10 to go, are you going to take your last set of tires, or are you going to stay out for a field position?
Well, that's a question. What would you do?
I'm too indecisive, but I would probably go get the tires. Seeing how much ground he made in such a little time, I would probably take those tires.
Tanner, not sure if we get another green flag restart. So I will let you have this restart when we get there.
10-4, pace truck lights are out, and as far as strategy here, I think that Dohar is on the line. If we have another caution, I say he stays out. Depending on when that caution is, I'd stay out until at least 20 to go. But if we don't have another caution, Dohar's sitting pretty with only a 10-lap difference in between their tires. So Dohar's sitting pretty, but I'm still going to stick with Brendan Book. And honestly, I think Samuel Morris is a good pick as we saw him flying through the field earlier. As the pace truck is about to dive off here into 4 on the pit lane with about 35 laps to go here. Tyler Dohar is going to greet the green flag, gas pedal, stomp to the floor. Tyler Dohar out to a demanding lead, about 0.2 of a second. Bill Hull falls in second, Chasten Teets in third.
Yeah, we're having a nice run in so far. You see the 108 of Chaz Teets right there. He's battling still with Christian DeBauer. DeBauer on his outside trying to gain some spots here as much as he possibly can. We've got a battle everywhere going on this racetrack here as now DeBauer is under attack from Ed Morris with the fresh set of Goodyears. Here comes Nicholas Vroman, James Holzer. These guys all have fresh tires. They're continuing to find a way to march up through the field. Christopher Bassinger just trying to hold off right now. Eric Riggins and his Toyota Tundra. He's moving up here into the 8th spot. And your top 3, they are 20 laps onto their tires, and they just put down their fastest laps. Tyler Dohar, Bill Hall, and at the time was Chaz Tweets. Ed Morris is now 3rd, as is Nicholas Vroman.
Yeah, and the reason for that is there's a lot of rubber weight on the track now, and with them having heated up tires, they're able to just go without heating up their tires. So they ran flattering laps there, 23.26 per hour leader Tyler Dohar. Very, very quick. Not to mention, as you said, about 10-15 laps on their tires. So tire wear on a short run, not really predominant.
Yeah, not only is that the case, but it also makes the difference, as you said, having the track, rubbered up, but also the fact that they have not really had time to run up front. They've been mired back in traffic for a good chunk of this race, so it really gives you an opportunity to run the lane that you want to do. Right now, Tyler Dohar in the lead. He's got a hungry Ed Morris behind him, and this is going to be an interesting last 30 laps here. Can Tyler Dohar hold off Ed Morris? Ed with a big run off turn 2. Looks slow. Tyler thought about turning the block. Didn't have the opportunity to. Here comes Nicholas Vroman. We're going to have a 3-way battle for the lead right now here coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, Ed Morris out to a demanding push there. Push Tyler Dohar all the way back to 3rd. James Holzer looking to the inside of Tyler Dohar here. Tyler going to give him a lane. James not going to be able to take it. Ed Morris is under attack from Vroman. Throws a huge block into turn 3 on the outside.
They made contact! Oh my goodness, they made heavy contact for Ed Morris. Bill Hall, heavy contact for the 2 of them. Oh my goodness, how Tyler Dohar into the inside tire barrier, or the inside barrier for the pit lane. My goodness, what has just happened?
My pick to win just got sideways. That's what just happened.
So it looked like the 95 sitting in there too deep and ruined Ed Morris's race there. With no fast repair, that rear end damage is going to be very, very negative on aerodynamics. So as we're taking a look at it here, as we saw, the 95 just came up the track just a little piece. Ed Morris got in contact with Tyler Dohar, and the 29 of Bill Hull came in there and cleaned out the sideways Ed Morris on the track.
Yeah, I want to see this from a Bill's view. As I always say, my favorite view of the race. We see the leaders get sideways. He's off throttle. Thinks he's good. There's just nowhere to go. That's just one of the most sinking feelings you can get. You hear him. He's holding on to the brakes right there. Great job there by Bill Hull to do that. But a very sinking feeling to see a truck coming in front of you. You just got nowhere to go.
Yeah, so Nicholas Vroman will take the lead here. James Holzer in second, Christian DeVore in third. That just changed up the whole race as Ed Morris, our predominant leader, is no longer up front. Guess who's up about 9 positions from when I last saw him? Brendan Book in 7th place here, sitting pretty.
Wow, wow, and wow. What a crazy situation there. Carlos, for you watching here on our Facebook broadcast, tires, they can go, the fuel run of 60 something laps, but you really don't want to be on them for anything more than 20 to 25 laps. They really start to wear out at that point, and it becomes very, very difficult to drive on this very difficult racetrack.
You can say that again, Angel. And as for coming to 25 to go, if pit road's still open, do you take those last set of tires if you have those in your back pocket?
With 25 to go now, I'm kind of surprised Samuel Morris didn't come down for his final set. Um, he's in the 9th position right now. I can tell you why Roman isn't doing so, or Devour, a lot of these guys, because right now they're top 4 with 25 laps to go. That's where I want to be, somewhere in that top 5, because it's just so hard to pass here. So the question being, now, let's see. So my pick, who I could have thought of, Dohar or Ed Morris, they're out. Do we have a new winner possibly here? Is James Holter going to make it back-to-back wins? I definitely wouldn't count James out. He showed a lot of speed last week, and I know Roman had the opportunity, showed a lot of speed, but had some, I believe, some contact at one point to take him out of the contention for the win. So. This is gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I think that winner's going to come from 7th place here. I'm going to say once again, long run speed on his side. He gained a lot of positions there on that short run, though. So Brendan Book, a lot of speed. But somebody we really haven't talked about tonight, as much as we normally do, Nicholas Vroman has dominated, and he just took out his biggest threat. So Ed Morris was the only one able to give Vroman a run for his money. So Vroman here sitting pretty, Angel.
Well, I think we saw James Holzer get past him early on in this race. We'll have to see if James got it figured out, and can he get past him? We get a couple of hungry cats behind him: Christian DeBauer, Eric Driggins, Jordan McGraw, John Sterling, and as you mentioned, Brendan Book. So some hungry guys behind him. This race is far from over. 24 laps to go as we come to the green flag in just a moment. Nicholas Vroman is your leader. Big jump for him. That's going to allow Christian DeBauer and James Holzer to battle for second. 24 laps to go.
Yes, Kevin, if you'll take this part away here.
All right, we got Holzer and DeBauer going neck to neck coming out of 2, but Holzer going to get the better of him with that high side run. But he is tracking down Vroman little by little, and we got the 21 Driggins and 34 McGraw about to go side by side, possibly into 1 and 2 here. Not quite, but McGraw just keeping on 21's bumper, and your pick, Tanner, the number 5 of Brandon Book, falling back a little bit. And maybe he just saving up a little bit of tire every inch he can to get a late, 10 5-lap run, get as many positions as he can. We all can imagine what's going through these drivers' heads right now.
I don't care what it is. Go now. James Holzer, Eric Driggins, Samuel Morris, John Sterling, Chaz Teets, Kevin Franks all just ran their fastest laps of the evening. So those drivers know what to do. You got to go up there and you got to get it. Eric Driggins got a nice run here. Christian DeBauer off of turn 4. A little bit of contact there from Jordan McGraw. They're all keeping together. Driggins is going to clear for 3rd place. DeBauer's now under attack from McGraw. Brendan Book now under attack from Sinesak. Sinesak backs off ever so slightly here. Here's Samuel Morris and John Sterling. David Elliott's back into the picture here as well.
Yeah, Sinesak to the inside of the 5 machine here into turn 1. The 5 is going to send it in on the 34 of Jordan McGraw. Sinesak going to lay low here. Jordan going to have the run on the outside. Sinesak on the inside into turn 3 under Brooks.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard. You have to complete the pass. You cannot get hung up under somebody because you're going to lose a ton of time. Here comes Samuel Morris doing exactly that of Sinesak. Looks low, can't quite make it happen. Here comes the 3 of John Sterling. He's going to have a nice run to the outside of Samuel Morris as Brendan Book tries to clear the 56. Not quite. He's clear now. Samuel Morris now under attack from John Sterling, trying to hold him off. Can he get the good run? Does he pin him behind the Christian DeBauer, who is on older tires compared to everybody else? We've got a dogfight here, anywhere from 5th on back.
And here comes my pick to win. Kyle Knapp back in the top 10 and making ground up. He is on a mission. Don't count him out yet with 18 to go.
Here comes John Sterling with the crossover off of turn 2 here into turn 3. Kyle Knapp drives it in deep into turns 3 and 4. So deep, he's going to get to the outside of Samuel Morris. Samuel cuts him off. He dives to the bottom now on the 56 as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, into turns 1 and 2. The 56 up high on the track. DeBoer outside. Morris to the inside. Knapp to the inside. Onto the back straightaway. Into turn 3. We're going to have Knapp dive bomb on the 56. 56 losing tons of position here. The 94 gets the bumper from the 42.
Man, what an exciting one we have had here. The 94 and the 42 right on top of each other, trying to battle it out for the 7th position. Here we are further up. Eric Driggins trying to stay in front of Jordan McGraw. They battle for 3rd. Brendan Book, he's going to get impatient here eventually, and he's going to have to. Bryce Sinesak looking to also capitalize on this situation. You jump back to your leader here. Nicholas Roman has got himself in 3.5 tenths of a second lead over James Holzer. Carlos asking on our Facebook, won't Roman take a penalty from pitting Morris there? Don't know. That is definitely not up to us to decide. We are simply here to call the race, and a caution is out.
Looks like Driggins was possibly involved as he just dropped a bunch of spots.
Alright, let's see what happened here. Oh, okay, well I see what happens here. Let's jump back down to the number 21 of Eric Driggins. Oh, he got loose off of turn 2, kept it going. And it looks like 2 drivers just wanting the same spot. The 5 stays a little higher, and I think Eric Driggins just maybe thought he had more room to his bottom. And so that turns him sideways, but no heavy contact for 21. So I think Eric Driggins will be just fine here.
Yeah, Book up to 4th now after that, but that, like you said, just a race against that, as the 21 was not able to gain his truck back before the end of that straightaway, and when he tried going into the corner, the 5 was there, and they were both fighting for the same spot. As momentarily our admin will post the penalty report there for the caution on lap 146. We'll have less than 10 to go whenever we go green, Angel and Kevin. So going to be very, very interesting.
Nothing but close pack racing, less than 10 to go. I'm expecting at least 1 more caution if I was a betting man.
Well, I'm a betting man. I'm going to say yes, too.
Alrighty, and the result is in. Lap 146, the 21 is found at fault for contact with the number 5. The 21 is given the AOL, which unfortunate for the 21, but he was loose the whole straightaway there trying to fight his rear end, and it caught up to him there at that caution. So with about 10 to go, he would go to the end of the longest line. Very unfortunate for that 21 machine.
Yeah, very true, and nothing to say that it wasn't definitely not trying to say something done on purpose. Simply, you're fighting to the end. You have to fight. You have less than 20 laps to go. You're not here to give up positions to anybody. I don't care what the situation is. So I think that will manifest itself some more here in the final 10 laps. I believe we're going to have a 10-lap sprint to finish this race here in Dover. This was our 8th caution, and if this is the first time you're watching this league, you know, we talked it up quite a bit, and that's not just because of the people here, but it's been the racing that we've had over the first 5 races of the season. I think the 8 cautions tonight might be what we've had all season long. So, because even at Daytona, I think we had maybe 1 or 2 cautions at Daytona. Um, so we've had some very, very clean racing. This is just a very tough track, uh, tough conditions for these drivers to be racing in. So this is not how would you say? It's not normal. I'm sure there's a bigger vocabulary word I could use for that, but
Unusual.
unusual. There you go.
And like you said, I don't think we had any cautions last week. Very clean, good racing. This is definitely an unusual occurrence here.
But I'll tell you this much: it's gonna give us a fantastic final 10-lap shootout.
My money's still on the 42 of Kyle Knapp.
Well, actually, from the looks of it, he pit 11 laps after everybody else. I think he did, in fact, use his final set. Some of these guys in front of him might actually have a set sitting there, but nothing you can do at this point unless you're already in the back and have a set to use.
Yeah, is that second truck on the outside, that second row, is my favorite here. Is it's sitting pretty as long as that 99 machine gets a good jump here on the restart. I think he has a shot at winning this thing. Only issue that I have is that a little bit of, I wouldn't say nasty racing, but not giving any room here. So anyone up in the front here is liable to wreck.
Yeah, absolutely true. And how aggressive can you possibly be? I mean, we see Jordan McGraw made his way up to the 3rd position. We thought he was losing a couple spots for a while, and he came back up and gained those spots. And Nicholas Vroman is gone. As soon as that pace truck hit pit lane, he was out of there. Nicholas Vroman, a big lead here. 10 laps to go. James Holzer in 2nd. The battle's for 4th. Brendan Book clears for 3rd. Kyle Knapp now trying to take 4th away from Jordan McGraw.
As the 09 of Sinesack goes to the inside of Knapp. Bryce Sinesack out of turn 4. He's going to wash up the track just a little bit, get squirrely, let out of the throttle a tad bit here. Into 1, Kyle Knapp has the advantage by about a car length. 09 of Bryce Sinesack gets a little tight there in the apex of 1 and 2. Kyle Knapp able to book on through for 5th place.
Man, tight racing back here. The top 3 are just about the same distance from each other as the 7 to 8, 10-second difference right there. Here comes Kyle Knapp on the inside of Jordan McGraw. Kyle's got a nice run, floats up the track. Jordan not going to fight him too much. He knows he's got older tires, just lets him ride on by. Bryce Sinesack looking to do the same. John Sterling moving up here as well.
Yes, I hear a little bit of wall contact there on the front stretch, but Nicholas Vroman still has this lead under green flag conditions. I'll tell you who is charging to the front. Kyle Knapp is chasing down Brendan Book here, but James Holzer sitting pretty in 2nd place, as well as Nicholas Vroman with 6 to go as Vroman passes the start-finish line into turn 1. He goes with nobody but him, himself, and him.
I think Kyle Knapp's going to need a caution if he wants to catch Nicholas Vroman at this point. He's still got to get past the 99 truck of James Holzer. James is not going to be someone easy to pass here. We're now going to have 5 laps to go here at Dover. Nicholas Vroman with 1 second lead. It's a battle for 2nd. James Holzer and Kyle Knapp side by side as they go into 1. Kyle washes up the racetrack just enough to pass the 99. 5 laps to go.
Yeah, he's got 10-lap fresher new tires, but right there he just ran about a 400s slower than Vroman. So Vroman's still the fastest truck right now. With 4 to go, the laps are ticking down, and so is that gap in between 3rd and 2nd place.
It builds James Holzer, your winner in back-to-back weeks. really hoping to make it 3 in a row. Not quite just yet. He's right now back in there in the third position, really itching for a caution. Maybe get a second shot at this opportunity to try to win a race, but 3 laps to go. Roman's still in the lead. That last time around, Kyle Knapp was a tenth faster, but that's not going to cut it. He's going to have to be at least 3 or 4 tenths a lap faster in order to catch Roman.
Yeah, catching him's one thing. Passing him's a whole different ball game here. I think it's over for Kyle Knapp unless something really wrong happens to Bowman here. 2 to go. 2 to go, I repeat. In the RICMOTECH High Performance Sim Racing Equipment Series, Vroman is leading. Kyle Knapp in second, James Holzer in third, Brendan Book in fourth here. Very spread out until you get back to Sinisak in sixth.
I tell you this much, Christian DeBauer will be the guy praying for a caution lap. He has got the freshest set of tires. He came down the last time around. A caution's not going to save him. We are on the final lap. Nicholas Vroman drives here into 1 and 2. Holds on to a solid lead right now over Kyle Knapp. Off of turn 2, Nicholas Vroman, we've seen him show speed all season long. Hasn't quite been able to cap it off. Here he comes to turns 3 and 4. Nicholas Vroman is going to be your winner tonight at Dover, Delaware in the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. Nicholas Vroman, your winner. Kyle Knapp finishes in second. James Holzer going to have the third position. What a finish, guys.
Yeah, that was a close battle there for third, fourth, and fifth, all within 0.2 of a second. As we missed out on it as we were looking at Nicholas Vroman past the start-finish line. But what a battle that was for third, fourth, and fifth. Honestly, I am nothing but pleased with this race here. As we're going to watch Vroman burn it down. Angel, I'm going to let you take over, and I'm going to get our top 3 up for interviews.
Sounds like a plan, Tanner. While you do that, Kevin, what a finish.
User left your channel.
Is this the type of race you expected? How does this winner surprise you in this sense?
Not at all. Roman showed speed all night. I picked Knapp to win, but deep down I knew Roman was going to come out on top, and I was not. I was pleased, to say the least. We had a good race, and we had a few yellows here and there, but nothing, nothing dirty, nothing intentional. All racing deals. That turn 4 was definitely the Achilles heel tonight of everyone here, and honestly, it was just a good race all around. Nothing to talk down about here.
Absolutely. Could not agree more. Again, just absolutely fantastic racing there. Wow. What a finish. We're going to go ahead and start bringing in our drivers here in just a moment. Our good friend Tanner would have gotten that in. James Holter will be the first driver. He is from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. We've had the fantastic opportunity to talk to him each of the last 3 weeks as he's finished first 2 of those and then a third place here.
Alrighty, our top 3 already. Here comes James Holzer your way, Angel.
User was moved to your channel.
James, this is Angel, Tanner, and Kevin in the Esports Broadcasting Network booth. How are you doing today? Have you got us?
Yeah, I got you. We're doing pretty good back up here in the podium spot. How are you guys doing tonight? Hopefully we put on somewhat of a show.
Man, that somewhat is an understatement. That was just an absolute blast for the 3 of us here. James, we enjoyed it thoroughly. Coming home with another top 3 finish here. Wasn't a win like the last 2 weeks, but third place has got to be feeling pretty good here.
Yeah, it does. We're pretty good on the long run here, and when I have to push early, it just doesn't work out for me well in the long run. And just the way the cautions were falling and everything, we had to take tires at times we really didn't want to. So we were all out of sets there, and the 42 and the 56 were coming. I wasn't going to even get third if there was another lap involved, and they saved tire sets there for the end. So the cautions ended up working out for them, but typically this is a track where you see a lot of green flag runs. So, I was just trying to save as many tire sets as possible, but track position is also huge. So it's a tough boundary. It's really hard to know what to do.
I mean, yeah, you could tell that you were definitely faster on the long run, and I get you there where it kind of throws you off of what you were, what you're used to or what you're planning on doing. But nonetheless, coming home with a podium finish. I'm sure, James, you have a couple people you'd like to thank before we let you loose.
Yeah, absolutely. Just got to thank everybody up in the booth. Always have a fantastic broadcast. It's awesome to go and rewatch. Tell all the friends and family to go and rewatch. They have a blast watching it too. Got to thank the primary sponsor for the league, RICMOTECH, for coming on this season with us. It's awesome to have them on the windshield banner there. Just got to thank JP Designs as well for being the primary sponsor on the car. Got a special sponsor tonight for my friend that passed away to suicide on Sunday. So this one was for him tonight. I wish we could have, brought two positions better, but P3 is always good. So yeah, shout out to Mason for that. And then got to thank Next Level Motorsports, Raise Energy, Laurel Auto Group, and Butt Kicker for also being on the car this season as well. So it's been a blast so far this season, and we've been running really, really well, and just want to keep these top threes rolling. But we're locked in the playoffs, so we just got to have the momentum when the time comes.
Absolutely understandable, James. We're very sorry to hear about your friend. Bless to the whole family and everybody. Makes you guys just hope everything feels better. Fantastic run. I know he'll be happy to have seen this. Thank you for coming on, everybody. That was Greensburg, Pennsylvania's James Holter coming home in a top 3 finish. We'll be bringing in Kyle Knapp here in just a moment.
User was moved out of your channel.
And Kevin, I will let
User
you have
was
this
moved to
one.
your channel.
Kyle, this is Angel Tanner and Kevin up in the ESPN booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you were my pick to win tonight. I saw you move through the field like it was nothing but sliced bread. How do you feel about second place tonight?
Pretty good after hitting the wall a few times and getting a speeding on pit road, and yeah, come back second, finish the Roman. I'll take it.
You definitely showed speed throughout the entire night. Qualifying second, we all thought you got a penalty of some sort, just had to go down and refuel. But you definitely showed speed throughout the entire night. Nothing short of an exciting finish here.
Yeah, I wish we would have had a few more laps, or that would have ran a little bit longer before I took that last set of tires. But yeah, it was definitely fun. Thanks to Brendan and James for cutting me a little slack there with 5 and 6 to go, trying to let me get there to get the Vroman, but just didn't happen.
Of course. Do you have anyone else to thank? Sponsors, family, friends?
I got to thank Infinite, RB Custom Rigs, D-Dub Button Boxes, the guys at GTM, and you guys up in the booth for putting this on.
All right, Kyle, it was a pleasure. Thank you so very much for joining in, talking with us. Congratulations on your P2 finish, and we will see you in 2 weeks, hopefully talking with you from the P1 spot.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was
User
Kyle
was moved
Knapp,
out of your channel.
runner-up from today's race, but nobody is happier right now than your winner, Nicholas Vroman.
I was hoping you
User
raised
was
it
moved
more
out of your
harder.
channel.
Take it away.
Alrighty, Nicholas, this is Tanner, Kevin, and Angel here with ESPN. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Alrighty, so Ed Morris dominated about 90% of this race, or about 80% of this race, right up until the end. Whenever you and him had a little contact there, can you walk us through what happened?
Yeah, so it's so hard to pass here at Dover, and I had a good run at it too, and I was trying to take it. He threw a block. I had to get the race a little bit and let up to not hit him, and I entered really low into turn 3, and it was weird because it didn't look like I hit him, and I didn't even get an X, on iRacing. So I mean, it was a little netcode, but I really do hate I took him out, because he was fast all night, especially with him being a teammate. I hate it, but I was just racing hard there, and I just hate that happened to him.
Yeah, racing incidents happen here. Netcode was a suspect to that, and who was your worst nightmare there at the end? We saw James Holzer had a lot of speed for you in the end, but Kyle Knapp came up really, really fast. Who was your biggest worry after Ed Morris was gone?
Once that happened to Ed Morris, Holzer, he was fast. I feel like we were the fastest 3 trucks, between, Morris, myself, and Holzer. Holzer did a hell of a job that first run saving his tires. He actually ended up catching us down, and I learned something from that, saving tires early on. But outside of that, man, once the guy finished P2, Knapp, and I know Christian DeBoer, he had fresh tires as well. I was just like, oh man, here we go. I'm gonna lose it this way from tire strategy. But luckily we were able to equal the tires out a little bit between me and Knapp, and I was able to snag the win.
Alrighty, do you have any sponsored shout outs here for tonight?
Yeah, man, Primetime Motorsports. Everybody on Primetime, man. We're all buddies. Shout out to all them guys. You guys up in the booth. Rambler Senior and I forget the other guy up in the booth. Admin. But shout out to those admins because it can be a pain after these races are done. But that'd be it. And the guys out there watching in chat, guys out there, shout out to you guys as well.
Alrighty, y'all heard it here first, folks. Admin putting in that work and drivers are noticing it. Thank you, Nicholas, for joining us here in virtual Victory Lane. As for me, Kevin, and Angel, we are very, very appreciative of that clinic you put on tonight.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your
Alrighty,
channel.
Angel.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was your winner, Nicholas Vroman, in a fantastic fashion there. We did have somebody ask in our Facebook group about, just kind of learning about iRacing quick before we let everybody go here. Do the drivers have teams, or do they do all the tire fuel strategy by themselves? A lot of times, these guys are on teams. You hear them shouting them out to each other, and they kind of help each other out with fuel and tire strategies. But really, of course, ultimately it comes down to the drivers. So a lot of different scenarios that can go on, whether you're taking some advice from your teammates or the one giving it over. We'll go ahead and jump now to your race results. Here, that pulls up in just a moment. All right, Nicholas Vroman, your winner. Runner-up was Kyle Knapp, and a fantastic finish for him. James Holzer is in third. Christian DeBauer was on fresh tires, like Nicholas mentioned. He comes out in fourth place. Brendan Book in fifth. Bryce Sinisak in sixth. John Sterling in seventh. Jordan McGraw in eighth. Chaz Teets is your Esports Broadcasting Network biggest mover of the race, up 22 spots from his starting position, finishing here in ninth. And Samuel Morris rounds out your top 10. Tanner?
Yeah, 11th place, Mike Rominger. 12th, Tyler Dohar. 13th, Kevin Franks. 14th, David Elliott. 15th, Randy Creeder. 16th, Eric Driggins. 17th, Tom Massey. 18th, Rob Griffin. 19th, Daniel Holloway. And rounding out your top 20 is Chris Akers.
All right, finishing 21st is Ryan Hoover. Wallace Boyce finishing 22nd. 23rd is Christopher Bassinger. Ed Morris finishing at 24th after a dominating race. 25th is Bill Hall. 26th goes to Josh O'Connor Sr. Alan Hilton goes to the 27th spot. Jeremy Clifton goes to 28th. Mike Franklin in 29th. And rounding out the top 30 is Michael Thwaites. 31st is Cale Maben, and finishing out the field in 32nd is Rick Christensen.
Man, what an exciting race. 32 drivers starting this one. Nicholas Vroman, perhaps maybe the only person that's happy after winning, but definitely a lot of great performances by quite a few drivers. Very, very excited for that one. Next week, the drivers of the RICMOTECH Truck Series are off, taking the week off for Thanksgiving, but we will be back 2 weeks from today at the Tricky Triangle at Pocono Raceway. If we thought today was was going to be hard for some of these drivers, Pocono's going to put up another tough challenge, especially with the fuel mileage that comes into races like Pocono. Tanner, Kevin, what do you guys expect from Pocono in 2 weeks?
A lot of, I would say, aerodynamics, primarily. So if you touch the wall here, your race is going to be done. So a lot of clean racing is going to be needed if you're going to win here.
Pocono is definitely aero heavy fuel strategy track. Definitely, if you touch the wall, your race is pretty much over with. Patience will be the key there, unlike the clothing laps tonight.
Absolutely, you are correct there. A great, fantastic race here at Dover once again for the RICMOTECH High Performance Truck Series. Again, we're off next week, but we will be back 2 weeks from today at Pocono Raceway. 90 laps. It was going to be another exciting race. Thank you to the guys here in this truck series. Thank you once again to RICMOTECH for the sponsorship and really putting their name out for this truck series. All the drivers, all the fans who are out there watching, we appreciate it. This was Angel, Tanner, and Kevin here in the Esports Broadcasting Network booth, a sim racing media company. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you.